Just one crow to start the Darkness Festival.
There's inconceivable light years ahead.
I guess that's as high as the sun is going to get.
The shortest day.
This moment framed in the window.
Too brief the hours.
The dawn of a new year.
Cut short.
We're through the worst of this year. The light's coming.
My 8 minutes are up.
How long you got at the very turn of the year? Only the beginning.
My old granddad was a horseman on a farm in Suffolk. And when he volunteered for World War I at the age of 19, because he'd been working with horses, he was put on a horse team pulling a gun around northern France. 6 horses, a man for each pair. And he was wounded in the German Spring Offensive in March 1918 at Kaiserschlag. And when I did some research recently, I discovered that he happened to be in the same division, the 40th Division, as Isaac Rosenberg, the wonderful Jewish war poet from the East End, who died just a few days later. Rosenberg was killed in the trenches in the early hours of the 1st of April 1918. Now, there's no evidence that the two of them ever met, but I started thinking about whether people from very different backgrounds like that might sort of cling to their identities in difficult times. And I wrote this story, The Cutty Wren. And a couple of days ago, Lee Grandjean, my very good friend, turned up at the house having made that. And that is The Cutty Wren. And when you hear the story, you'll understand the significance of it. So, The Cutty Wren, 21st to 22nd December 1916. Today, the light failed by mid-afternoon. We've been marching under cover of darkness since regrouping at La Pugnoi, where we stocked up with ammunition. The weather's been deteriorating, hard rain during the day and freezing cold at night. We grease our feet beneath our socks, but still my toes are numb. The dark is close and safe. Brunny said, "I reckon I must have slept sitting up in the saddle. You ain't going any faster than the Hodmedod, and all you can hear is the rattling of the limber and them old chains are chinking. That's easy to doze off." He's carved a tiny bird out of wood from a broken cart. It's a tradition in Suffolk, he says, to hunt the Cutty Wren at Yuletide. In ancient times, she dwelt in the underworld and country people killed her to end the winter. He keeps his carving in the top pocket of his tunic. He'd let the wren live, he says. I wish I could carry a place with me the way he does. I'd cling to it for distraction. There's no comfort in the bricks and cobbles of Whitechapel. In my memory, the little damp rooms are just a succession of temporary lodgings. I filled my days walking among strangers in their streets, withdrawing each evening as if to lock the gates on a ghetto. Last night, we struggled to climb a hill, which necessitated a stop to fumble in the bitter cold, screwing cogs into the horses' shoes, to fit drag ropes and haul on the limbers, and then wait at the top for the animals to get their wind back. Exhausted, Brunny sat on the frosted grass and drew each arm in turn across his face. When he sucked in air, I realised that he was sobbing quietly. We're through the worst of this year. I placed a hand on his shoulder. The light's coming. That's nothing we can look forward to, he said. Just more time for the snipers to get us while we're sitting up like hares. Thank you.
Our long, narrow gardens are left over from the medieval half-life this town forgot in the aftermath of the war. All that's left of the ancient heart of the town is the wall, and our house, and the ones on either side. 3 dark, rickety, narrow houses in a row, with long gardens that you can't shout down when you call the cat in, because he won't hear. So you have to go out in the dark at least halfway and yell really loud. Tonight, the cats, Martin next door's Joker and our Mugsy, are crouched up there on our shed roof, with their fur on end and making weird, frightening, guttural wails and peering down into the narrow strip of brambles by the wall. "Break it up, lads," I say, and the wailing arises in pitch. Maybe there's a stray caught down there. I edge between the shed and the fence and peer round the back of the shed. It isn't a stray. It's a girl. No, a woman, scratched and bruised and angry, and she's completely naked. Martin, pass me your jacket. Martin has overprotective parents. You'll never catch him out on a winter evening without a coat, even in the garden. Don't get it dirty, he says as he hands it over the fence, and don't rip it. I suppose he thinks I'm going to drop it over some wounded creature. Or maybe I am, come to that. I hold it by the collar and edge it round the gap. It's snatched from my hand. I look away. Illogical, given I've seen all there is to see. But there is something indecent about struggling into clothes in a confined space. Then there she is, head tilted defiantly, Martin's jacket pulled round her but not buttoned. Her face is a web of scratches, all shallow and barely bleeding, and her dark hair is matted to the left-hand side of her head. You've been in the wars, I say, startled into sounding like my gran. Wars, yes! She nods smartly. Martin, on the other side of the fence, is open-mouthed. How did you get into Ned's garden? It's a fair question, but given the way she's staggering, it can wait. An adult might be an advantage just now, but Martin's parents would ask too many questions we can't answer. And my dad is watching cricket highlights of some match played in India, so the chance of him looking up, unless we walk between the sofa and the screen, is small. I offer the woman my arm and she grabs and holds on like she's a shipwrecked sailor. A waft of her scent gusts over me, sweat and mud. It takes an age to walk up the garden. The cats spit at us and follow in low, slinking runs. As we reach the final run of steps before the kitchen terrace, Joker, with a final hiss and a big clawed swipe at a bare ankle, hurtles over the fence and in at his cat lap. Martin appears at our kitchen door, having whipped round the front and through our house. You'll never catch Martin climbing a fence, in case he snags his nice corduroy trousers. He doesn't actually have leather patches on his jacket elbows, but spiritually they exist.
Daylight saving time. In this house, we are each in our own time zones, living in a continuous present. I am locking myself in my head, seeding furrows. I am letting the chamomile tea cool, burying the nagging thought, the day is almost done. My son is recovering under a skinned duvet, at least an hour behind my meantime in a subtropical fog. He is lying on popcorn seeds which failed to pop, red-eyed, headachy from a sleepover with no sleep. Above him, a demigod in the attic, his father is germinating an argument, his head in files and next week. He is labouring until the wee hours, measured in boy hours, as inconceivable light years ahead.
Daylight consumed and the frost clawed deep within it, cold, burning out colour, black leaves, black bark. Winter, lightless, hours driven towards the longest night. Then the watching hour, waking in the deepness for quiet battles with the self, for gnawing out fear, or to feel the tipping point where blackness quivers and draws back, having come to its furthest reach and found that day has discovered teeth and turned back to light.
The end of everything. People assume I get up at dawn. Sometimes, when the lamps flicker on, a glimmer of false light that precedes the real thing by at least an hour, I wish that were true. But at this, my favourite time of the year, it's not such a hardship. It's during the summer months that I start to feel sleep deprived. The days at work too long, the nights far too short. Whatever the season, I eat a simple breakfast.
A high energy, slow release sort of thing, before I descend to the stables. It's still quiet, but at my approach there's a faint snicker as one or more of the horses stare. It's usually Bronte, a subterranean rumble to their breathing. But by the time I slide back the bolts, all four are awake, expectant. They're eager to be up and running. For them, the long winter nights are no great boon. To each his or her own, I said. Good morning, Aethiops, I softly call. Good morning, Sturrow. I lower a sack of oats from my shoulder. The same oats I ate earlier, though my 4 horses, 2 male, 2 female, the males taking the trace, the females the yoke. My 4 horses prefer their oats raw. Eos nuzzles at me, trying to make me spill more than his fair share, but I'm careful that none of them gets more than any of the other. They must pull equally. They must pull together. Things go awry when they don't, and this is not the day and age for things to go awry. Maybe once I could get away with it, but now any indiscretion would be quickly spotted and cause the greatest of turmoil. My route is circumscribed. It's good that my horses are so well behaved. The most beautiful horses ever to have lived, I proudly claim. Sleek and powerful, as they have to be for their unusual load. Intelligent too. Far too intelligent, sometimes. After they are fed, I take care to brush each of their coats, to comb through their thick manes. I run blunt hands over fine limbs, making sure they are and remain in good health. Occasionally, and fortunately rarely, one turns lame and I need to borrow a replacement. Those are not generally good days. Even as I go about my work, I worry about leaving a poorly horse behind, untended and alone. I check my watch. It was a gift. A railway man's pocket watch, the numbers large and easy to read. The knob for adjusting the time protected from accidental knocks. It is the same device that allowed the British railway system to run on time and on schedule. For a while, at least. And it serves me the same purpose. Before I had it, before it was invented, no one would notice if I was a few minutes late or a few minutes early. But those times are past. My comings and goings are written down months, years in advance. Today is the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. The mares are restless, brimming with too much energy. I slow my brushing, doing my best to calm them. Once each has had equal treatment, I turn my attention to their tack, to the bridles and straps, the reins and the trace. No saddles. These 4 horses pull a chariot. It is the chariot, of course, and not I, that brings the dawn. I leave hitching it until the last minute. Once it is attached, my horses will have no choice but to pull away from it, to protect themselves from the fierce heat and light, even at this time of year. As we ride out of the stables and take to the skies, I breathe in the cold air. You'd have thought a sun god would be used to the heat, to miss it even. But I always enjoy that first crisp gulp, a taste of the last of the night. Today it is scented by wood smoke and heady with the forthcoming festivities. The ones that should really have taken place last night, as they did in the olden times, at the very turn of the year. And then my climbing, soaring, and I must pay close attention to my route. Even so, and as I may have mentioned, this is my favourite time of the year. It isn't simply because I savour the extra time in bed, and most definitely not because I do not enjoy my work, my allotted task. It is because, at this time of year, We fly so much closer to the ground, barely clearing the trees even at noon. And so I get to watch as each of you goes about your carefree business, safe in the certain knowledge that I can't possibly exist. Safer still, that I will never forsake my sworn duty. For to do so, even for a single day, would mean the end of everything you know.
Now we have come to the cold time, this earth's longest night.
Past 3 o'clock,
A discordant jangle of midnights.
it was the longest night.
Darker even than the wild midnight above the waves.
After that, the dark,
Swallowed by the darkness.
Me bonny pretty bird, sleeping in me bossy.
Are you awake?
Oh, the snow it melts as soon as when the wind begins to sing.
And it is 3 hours until a child will normally rouse itself.
6, 5.
The man in 512 is trying to sleep. Hush, you squalling thing, I say.